Tonight in Miami, the playoff puzzle will be completed as the Heat host the Fighting Wilbons, the Chicago Bulls, a rematch of last year's fight for the 8th seed. Remember, I know Michael Wilbon does. Chicago led that game with less than 3 minutes to go before Miami went on to survive. Can they do it again, this time without Jimmy Butler, or will the Bulls prevail? We are counting you down on ESPN.
Welcome to NBA Countdown, presented by Hennessy.
Welcome to NBA Countdown from our studios here in Los Angeles. We are just under 18 hours away from the official start of the NBA playoffs. And here to set the table, the peerless Stephen A. Smith, the Hall of Famer Michael Wilbon, the one and only our champ Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. There are just 2 playoff spots left, gentlemen, on the line tonight. And a date with the number 1 seed is what they have waiting for them in the first round. So let's start in the Eastern Conference because it's time to check out who's made for more, brought to you by Hennessy. The winner of tonight's Bulls-Heat game will face the Celtics Sunday. That one's on ABC. The Heat, remember, they're coming off a loss to the Sixers that also cost them Jimmy Butler after he came down hard and just didn't land quite right. He sprained his MCL. Mr. Wilbon, your Bulls, they got into this game behind 42 from Kobe White over the Hawks. Although it doesn't count as his career high because these stats go out into the ether.
Still most improved player in the league, maybe.
It may be that, but the winner, they get a date with the Celtics. Boston's had some major success against both of these teams, winning all 6 games against Miami and Chicago today. All right, it's time to get you out to Kaseya Center. Richard Jefferson, Cassidy Hubbard, Ryan Ruocco. Take it away.
You gotta listen to Richard tonight?
Ryan Ruocco's in Miami.
Well, thank you very much, Malika, and welcome to Miami, Florida, where tonight someone heads to the playoffs and someone heads home. It's the Bulls and the Heat as we welcome you to NBA Courtside, presented by Pronamel. This play-in matchup will determine the 8th seed who will go on to face Boston. The other 3 Eastern Conference playoff series are set. As we welcome you courtside. Hey, everybody, Ryan Ruocco alongside Richard Jefferson. So happy to be with you here in Miami on this Friday night. Richard, we know the Heat dealing with some serious injury issues. For more on that, here's Cassidy Hubbard with Eric Spoelstra.
Thanks, Ryan. Eric, obviously no Jimmy, no Terry Rozier, but you guys had 35 different starting lineups this year, and next man up is part of Heat culture. But with this being your first win or go home game this season, how, if at all, does your approach change tonight?
Well, we also want to have appreciation for having games that are going to be this competitive. Forget about how we got here or how disappointing it was where we ended up. It doesn't matter. Like, once you're here on a Friday night in a game with these kind of consequences and context, this is what all of our guys love. We have a bunch of competitors in our locker room. Whether we're full or not, we've been down this road before, with the different lineups, and we're ready to go and looking forward to the competition.
Well, who are you leaning on the most, specifically on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, obviously we're going to lean on Bam and Tyler quite a bit. But, we're missing some firepower with Jimmy and Terry out, so there's going to be a group effort that are going to benefit from the triggers that Bam and Tyler are creating. We have to trust, because Chicago does a great job of protecting the paint. Jaime and Nico will be big parts of our offense. And then everybody else, we need some X factors tonight.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck today. Ryan?
All right, Cassidy. So obviously, Bam Adebayo, one of the first names mentioned there from Eric Spoelstra when it comes to who has to step up with no Jimmy Butler.
Yes, Bam Adebayo is a 3-time All-Star. He is a 4-time All-NBA player. He has to be the best player on the floor for the Miami Heat tonight.
Meanwhile, for the Chicago Bulls, coming off a win Wednesday against Atlanta to extend their season, a game in which they got really strong production from DeMar DeRozan and a career night from Kobe White.
Kobe White was so impressive watching him play. One of the things about Kobe White is he's one of the leading candidates for most improved player, and it was on full display. And then you have DeMar DeRozan, just the savvy veteran that allows that engine to run.
Can Chicago exact some revenge after falling to Miami in this game a season ago? Malika and the crew have more on the other side here on Courtside.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by new Pronamel Repair Mouthwash. Actively repairs enamel beyond brushing alone.
The Chicago Bulls stay alive.
The Miami Heat, can they do the unthinkable again?
Metro!
I'm not your average baller. I came to win it all. If this my only shot, I'll take it. It's playing time, playing time.
Jimmy Butler's grabbing his right knee.
It's disappointing. It's frustrating. We will do this the hard way.
What a sequence from Chicago.
Everything we went through this season, for this moment here, to give ourselves a chance to be in the playoffs.
Let's get it.
I heard that it was time for you to lay it on the line.
Rear eye for Coby White. If you don't know, now you know.
What a tough shot.
Just incredible intensity.
Rise up or fall.
We can compete with anybody, as we've shown in the past.
It's going to be a dogfight, man. We know Miami. They know us.
If this my only shot, I'll take it. It's playing time, playing time.
Welcome to the SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament. Tonight in Miami, a trip to the playoffs is on the line. The 8th seed up for grabs. It's the Bulls against the Heat. One team goes home. One team goes to Boston to face the top-seeded Celtics. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo going to have to carry an even heavier load tonight for Miami with no Jimmy Butler. For Chicago, they get the good news that Alex Caruso will give it a go, as he was a game-time decision following an ankle injury the other night. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by New Balance. For the visiting Bulls, you see Caruso in there with Coby White, Ayo Dosunmu, who had a really nice game the other night as well, DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic, who also played well against Atlanta. Meanwhile, for the Heat, they set a franchise record 35 different starting lineups this season. They have a different one than they had Wednesday thanks to the Butler injury. So it's Hero, Caleb Martin, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Nikola Jovic, and Bam Adebayo to round out Miami's starting five. Tyler Hero hit some big shots down the stretch, but also missed 18 shots the other night, tied for a career high. Miami certainly looking for a little more efficiency from Hero tonight if they are going to extend their season. And Coby White, just incredible against Atlanta. Career high 42 points. Billy Donovan was so happy with what he was able to do off the dribble. And one of the things that Billy Donovan has talked to us about now, both on Wednesday and today, Richard, is DeMar DeRozan, the calming force he is for this Bulls team, especially for those guards, White and Dosunmu, who don't have a ton of experience in games like this.
No, Dosunmu was a second-round pick, and obviously we talked about in the open how Coby White is one of the most improved players in this league. Whether he wins the award or not, he has had one of the biggest increases in production and overall just basketball IQ, in my opinion, in the last year.
Here we go, Vucevic and Adebayo to jump it up. Late arriving crowd in Miami with the 7 o'clock start. But Eric Spoelstra was very much, as we heard him tell Cassidy, looking forward to the atmosphere here tonight and this opportunity to compete in an elimination game for his team. Adebayo tips it back, but White able to hug it, and Chicago controls.